Yeah.
What have you been going? What's you've been, bro? What's this you've got? Because Conan doesn't hear these things. You're obviously at war with the dirt sheet guys again. What's the big point of contention lately with them?
Well, that CTE stuff, bro. Like, come on, man. Like, that's the point of contention.
What is? I don't know. What is
over the Brawl for All stuff?
Oh,
we think we talked.
Bro, let me tell you what I said. Just because I want to get your reaction real time. This is exactly what I said. I thought because I was in WCW at that time with DI. When I first heard it, I thought it was a fucking great idea. And I remember me and him used to get a lot of heat because we'd watch the shows backstage and pop, especially the shit that The Rock was doing.
Yeah, right. There's a monitor in the back. 6 or 7 of us were watching Raw.
Yeah, we watched Steve Austin, all the cool shit you guys were doing. And that's why I was glad when you came in, because I was one of the first guys to tell you, bro, thank God you're here. Do something. Oh,
yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And so I thought this is what I thought. I thought the idea was great, okay? I thought that there's no way you could have known all those guys were going to get hurt. I thought if nobody would have gotten hurt, you would have been a genius, okay? Yeah. Number 3, Vince did sign off on it.
Yep.
Then I also heard, because people always do, Conan or Vince. Yeah, we have bosses. They sign off on this shit. It ain't like we do whatever the fuck we want.
Right.
And then the other thing was, I also heard, and I don't know the veracity of this, but I also heard that in 2010, he wanted to do it again.
Bro, that's a fact, because the writer that was there DM'd me and told me himself that he was like, bro, this ain't secondhand information. I was there, and he wanted to do it again in NXT.
Well, if that's true, I can't believe that's not bigger news. Okay, you know what I'm saying,
bro? Because if they report that, then they can't finger me for it. So
here are the 3 negatives I saw. Number 1, not necessary to be throwing Cornette and your shit in there again. He, comes off as bitter. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Just gratuitous BS. Number 2, I like the fact that you manned up, and I couldn't believe it because you've always been a guy that even from the first match to the last match, you had something to do.
Yeah.
It was very weird to me think that you didn't have plans for whoever won that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you did apologize to the guy. I felt bad for him, you know?
Me too. Me too, bro.
I cannot believe, and I don't think this has anything to do with you, or if it does, please clarify it. Why in God's green earth, Vince, would Vince McMahon want Butterbean to go out there and knock this guy out?
Bro, I don't buy that for 1 second, bro. That's why I got so frustrated.
Okay,
I got so frustrated with Bart because he still believes he was fed to the wolves, and that was a punishment for Dr. Death, and he's wrong. That's not the truth, man.
You know how Vince McMahon is. Vince probably thought he could beat Butterbean.
Bro, I'm telling you he did. I'm telling you he did, bro.
What did you think?
I did too. Bro, you got to understand, when I was watching those Brawl for Alls, bro, I never seen guys get hit that hard in my life. Bro, if you go back and look at The Godfather, Conan, his eyes rolled.
He was fucking people up. Yeah.
This is a guy, The Godfather is this is a monster. Like, this is a guy that will kill you.
Not just him. All the guys that were in there were badasses.
And bro, when I saw Bart hitting these guys, I believed without a shadow of a doubt he could beat Butterbean. There wasn't a doubt in my mind, bro.
Okay, and then the last thing, which I think made you kind of look bad, was it came off as very spiteful that the reason that you made this was just to get back at JBL.
Yeah. Well,
other than that, that's what I thought about the show.
But again, bro, first of all, and you know this, Conan, because you said it earlier, bro, my job was to pitch ideas to Vince McMahon. Right. That was my job, bro. I had to pitch thousands of ideas to Vince McMahon. So when JBL was bragging in the back how he could beat everybody up if this was for real, and I didn't think he could, That's what triggered the idea in my head. Well, what if these guys really did?
Bro, the idea was great. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. The idea was fucking genius.
But that's what I'm saying, Conan. Like, it wasn't, because Bubba tried to say the same thing on Open, whatever their show is.
Busted Open Rate, right.
Busted Open Radio. Bro, it wasn't to get, JBL didn't do anything to me.
I know, but it came off like that in the interview. Like,
yeah, well,
it was kind of like you came off kind of spiteful because then later on, and I don't know if they did this to bury you, they show you like watching the show and you're still kind of happy about it. You know what I'm saying?
But Conan, hold on. I got to tell you guys something. The part when I was laughing about JB getting knocked out, I was not watching it at that time.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what was. You know what I'm saying? People don't know that.
I understand that completely, but bro, what did I? What was my? It wasn't to get back at him. He didn't do nothing to me. But was it, bro? Put your money where your mouth is.
Right.
Absolutely.
Well, bro, and let me tell you why. Bro, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something that I remember. I actually remember this. We were in I remember it was me, Booker T, Eric, and somebody else. Right. And I remember Booker T saying, it's kind of like the same thing you're kind of saying. He was saying, shit, I wish we do something like that. I like to knock some motherfuckers out that have a big mouth. No, he said that.
Yeah. I mean, so I was like, okay, bro, put your money where your mouth is. Let's see what happens. But it wasn't to get back. I mean, the guy never did.
But I mean, bro, you got to think about this. Within the our wrestling environment bubble, whatever you want to call it, all the boys were like, fuck, let's see who is the toughest. You know what I'm saying? Now we're really going to find out because you had a lot of guys in the locker room that were always talking shit and, I'm a badass. Well, now we're going to find out if you really are.
Yeah, and Vince McMahon, too. You don't think Vince wanted to see who was the tough guy in the locker room? Yeah. Vince loves shit like that, bro.
So what was he saying what was he saying to you? Okay, first of all, who did Vince think was going to win, if you remember?
You know what, bro? I don't think he ever said. I have no idea, bro. I don't think he ever said.
Who did you think was going to win?
I thought the Godfather was going to win, bro.
Okay, so what was Vince saying when Bart was knocking motherfuckers out?
Here's the only thing that was being said, and this is where Bart is so wrong, but I wasn't going to convince him anyway, so I just tapped out.
Right.
Bro. Freaking JR was like Don King. All he kept doing was talking up Dr. Det, talking him up. Bro, he was talking up Dr. Det to the point of people wanted to see Dr. Det get knocked out. And it had nothing to do with Steve Williams because Steve Williams was not saying a word. Steve Williams was not.
Yeah, he's a quiet dude. He's not a big mouth. Yeah.
But JR, bro. Yeah. And that was the running gag behind the scenes, bro. We wanted to see freaking Steve Williams get beat because we wanted to see JR's reaction. So that's when Bart thinks that Butterbean was a punishment, bro. He is so freaking.
Yeah, I was like, what do you get out of that? This is a professional boxer. Yeah, he may be fat and out of shape. You know what I'm saying?
No,
that's what he does for a living.